This is AP News Minute. A likely U.S. strike hit a city in central Iran that is home to a nuclear facility. President Donald Trump threatened widespread destruction if a deal to end the war is not reached shortly. Also, an Iranian drone hit a Kuwaiti oil tanker in the Persian Gulf. Iranian missiles struck a city in central Israel on Tuesday. Israel and the United Nations say 4 Israeli soldiers and 3 UN peacekeepers were killed in southern Lebanon. Israel is fighting Iran-backed Hezbollah militants there. The FBI says Hezbollah inspired the armed man who crashed his pickup truck into a Michigan synagogue. According to officials, the man recorded videos saying he wanted to kill many Jewish people. He shot and killed himself. The TSA says most of its officers received their back pay for working during a partial government shutdown. Long lines in some U.S. airports began to disappear Monday.
And a very good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Starting the day on the warmer end of the spectrum across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. No jacket going to be needed as you head out the door for work. Get the kids on the school bus this morning. I know a number of kids probably on spring break this week, but a number of kids also going to be going to school at least a couple of days. 61 at 7, 64 at 8, 67 by 9. Already climbing into the lower 70s as we head into the later part of the morning. Quite warm. The average high temperature for this time of year right around 70 degrees. We'll be at 73. By the time we get to 10 a.m. By the time we get to the lunch hour, probably going to be sitting right around 75 or 76. Numbers only going to continue to climb as we head into the middle and later part of the afternoon. We should consistently climb into the lower 80s today, maybe the upper 70s across northeast Alabama, but otherwise temperatures climbing into the lower 80s, a good 10 to 12 degrees above where we should be this time of year. It's going to be a really nice evening. Maybe a passing shower develops across the Tennessee Valley, but otherwise it is going to be a really nice evening. Warm as well. 81 at 6, 78 at 7, 76 by 8, 73 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock at night, we're still sitting in the lower 70s. I think you can definitely open up the windows. Not going to be a bad day or evening for it. Leave them open tonight. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s, though the pollen's still a problem, so maybe you don't want to leave your windows open. Some of that pollen could get inside your home. We only drop into the low and mid 60s as we head into the overnight early Wednesday morning, much the same as we head into Wednesday afternoon, a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. A couple of passing showers are going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley, and then temperatures climb into the lower 80s. Opportunities for rain in the forecast. There's a variety of them today, tomorrow, and then Thursday. Rain chances begin to increase a little bit as we head into Good Friday and then Easter Saturday. Best opportunity for rain, unfortunately, looks like it is going to come on Easter Sunday, specifically in the morning on Easter Sunday, early in the morning. Now, I know there's a number of places, not just here in the city of Huntsville, but elsewhere across the Tennessee Valley that have outdoor sunrise services. A plan B is going to need put in place for those outdoor sunrise services. I know I've been to a couple of them on top of Montesano over the years. A number of churches use different locations on top of Montesano. A plan B is going to need put in place for those in case it does rain. And there is, as it stands right now, a fairly healthy opportunity for rain early in the morning on Easter Sunday. We do begin to dry out as we head into Monday of next week. Here's Futurecast as we head into the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon. A little bit of cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley. That cloud cover should break through the later part of the afternoon, early into the evening, very similar to what we saw yesterday. A couple of spotty showers are going to be possible, but it does look like the vast majority of us are probably staying dry and will be dry as we head into the Wednesday morning commute. Things, however, change a little bit as we head into Wednesday afternoon. Isolated, widely scattered showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder are going to be possible. This activity is going to be diurnally driven in that once we get beyond sunset, it's going to fade away somewhat quickly. Now, by the time we get to the lunch hour on Monday, most of us are looking at anywhere between an inch to an inch and a half of rain. The timing here is not ideal since we are talking about rain chances Good Friday, Easter Saturday, and then Easter Sunday. But at this point, we are kind of desperate for the rain. 81 for your Good Friday, 83 on Saturday. Cooler for your Easter Sunday. I've only got a high temperature right around 67 degrees. Have a good look at the rest of the 7-day forecast. 82 today, 81 tomorrow, 83 on Thursday, and then we have your Good Friday, your Easter Saturday, your Easter Sunday. Sticking with the mid-60s, actually below average by the time we get to Monday of next week. Stick around to Fox 54 Plus. Got more weather and traffic updates coming up.
It's a historic week for the Rocket City and the world. Wednesday, all eyes will be on the Florida coast as NASA's Artemis II mission prepares for liftoff, the first time in more than 50 years that humans will head back to the moon. It's been nearly 3.5 years since the massive space launch system last left the pad for the uncrewed Artemis I mission. The goal this time around is to ensure critical life support systems can keep a human crew safe in deep space before a lunar landing is attempted. The 4-person crew includes Commander Reed Wiseman, a retired Navy captain from Baltimore. This will be his second trip into space. Pilot Victor Glover is one of NASA's only black astronauts. He's a Navy captain and former combat pilot from California. This will also be his second trip to space. Mission specialist Christina Koch hold the record for the longest single space flight by a woman at 328 days. She's also a 5-time Space Camp graduate and a member of the U.S. Space and Rocket Center Hall of Fame. And Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen is a fighter pilot and physicist making his space debut as Canada's first emissary to the moon. Fox 54's Logan Alexandra Russell has more on the excitement leading up to the big launch.
You can feel it in the air here in the Rocket City. That familiar launch fever is back. And while the countdown is ticking away down in Florida, the heart of the mission is right here in Huntsville, as the U.S. Space and Rocket Center is preparing and transforming into the ultimate front row seat for the Artemis II launch. Under the shadow of the rocket that took us to the moon the first time, Huntsville is getting ready to do it again. The Rocket City isn't just watching history, it's hosting it. USSRC spokesperson Pat Ammon says the excitement is personal this time. One of the 4 astronauts on board, Christina Koch, is a 5-time Space Camp graduate.
We are certainly cheering on this crew, but we're definitely have our hearts with Christina and everything that she means and represents about what you can do and what you can achieve after you've come to Space Camp.
During the mission, the crew will test life support systems in deep space. That powerful SLS rocket was managed and developed right here at Marshall Space Flight Center. For Apollo 4 veteran Bill McDonald, watching this new chapter unfold is a reminder of the grueling work that defined the original moon shots.
We were going through test after test after test to make sure everything was working. The whole system was working properly. It was an exciting time, too, because we knew we were coming to that moment when we were going to leave this planet.
The doors at the Davidson Center open at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. For the free watch party, the countdown is on, the party is set, and the Rocket City is ready to roar. In Huntsville, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Extremely exciting, especially for us here in the Rocket City. If you can't make it to the Space and Rocket Center, the launch window opens at 5:24 p.m. Of course, Wednesday. We'll have full coverage of the launch and the local celebrations right here on Fox 54 Plus and on our mobile app.
Toyota Field will be a hot spot for baseball over the next 7 days, with games being played on the diamond just about every day through Sunday. And it all began this evening with the Global Baseball Series. The series kicking off tonight with a battle between Alabama A&M and the Toyota Red Cruisers of Japan. We were scoreless until the second inning. Red Cruisers with a man in scoring position. Shoko Fakui blooping one in the shallow right field. That'll bring home Soto Imazumi, and all of a sudden the Red Cruisers on top, 1-0. Now Red Cruisers, they will load the bases. Gento Miyazaki hits a ground ball, but the Bulldogs field it. They turn that thing into a 5-4-3 double play to get out of a jam, only down 1-0 at that point. Fast forward now to the 4th inning. Red Cruisers now on top, 2-0. As you see Sprocket making an appearance, you're going to see a lot of him throughout the week. Yuki Sato blasting one right up the middle for an RBI single. Akihiro Nishimori will come around to score, making it 3-0. More from the Toyota crew. Ryusuke Azazawi blasting one into right field. He'll drive in a pair of runs. Eventually, the Red Cruisers were up 6-0 by the 4th inning. Alabama A&M did add some late runs, but the deficit, it was just too much to make up for the Bulldogs. They fall this evening by a final score of 13-3.
Biopark Zoo staff addressing the elephant in the room.
Alice, our Asian elephant, was able to break a section of welded steel.
But it wasn't a room. It was out on the zoo's public walkways.
And went out into a guest area of the biopark, explored. She had some plants, she had some trees.
Staff were alerted at 7:20 a.m. on Sunday that Alice had left her habitat, immediately triggering their emergency protocols.
We were able to secure the perimeter, have our zookeepers come and start recalling her back.
Good girl, Alice, come to me.
Alice returning to her habitat using the same recall method like she is here.
Good girl, Alice, come to me, move out.
Proving the saying, elephants never forget.
Good girl, Alice, all right.
The water pond section of the elephant's habitat is currently off limits as the staff reinforce the steel.
We've added some more pillars and steel to make sure that this does not ever happen again.
They say they continue to look for weak spots in other habitats, using Growth Receipts tax money to modernize them.
I think the biopark's a very safe place to be, and I think this incident shows that all of our measures and tools worked. Staff was safe, the public was safe, and Alice the elephant was safe.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush, fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True Crime Warrior Style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look, to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app, available on Android and iOS devices, streaming 24/7.